energy of the surrender. When you come to the point that you have to surrender and accept everything that's going on in your life, when is that point, and when do you come to this point, and how do you know that the surrender is the right thing to do? Surrender is often confused for a giving up. When you go to the point of your life that nothing is working, or you feel that there's no way out of your life, that you feel that you are so trapped by the circumstances, by everything that's happening in your life, and when you feel that there's absolutely no way out of your life, there's absolutely nothing positive that may come up. At that point of you suffocating within your fears and anxiety and the problems piling up one on another, there is a point when you would like to surrender, or when is a really good a point to surrender, because at that point of your life, what else you can do than just to accept everything that is happening? I know that our human nature is to preserve the survivor, preserve ourselves, and so much on. And so we falsely moving in that kind of the energy of, I want to find a way out of it, this is going to work, or I just, will go into my hibernating state, as I call it, when you just ignore all what is going around you, when you rather just to go sleep. And a lot of people at this point end up with let's say, the thyroid disorders or kind of the illnesses, and it's just not a pretty state. So it's that hibernating, can I pretend that I don't know what's going on, even though everything is falling apart and nothing is working, and once in a while I surface out of this stage and I'm just suffocated with a fierce anxiety and just depression and just a feeling that nothing else good's gonna go in my life. That is the point when you want to accept everything and surrender. Now, how do you do it? I know it is very easy to say, and then you says, what it is that I suggest I give up, I don't care anymore. Absolutely not. Surrender means to sort of sit down and do review of your life. Surrender means to jump into the river that you are in, that you are swimming already, and you're trying to go against the stream, to go with the stream. Surrender means to sit down, perhaps to light the candles, or just to sit there and put the most sobbing song that you can find out and review your life. Look at all that have happened. Accept everything, even the most horrible and terrible things. Just sit down with it and accept it. Look at it as, okay, it have happened. I'm making a review of my life. This have happened and that have happened, and I totally accept it. And I surround myself to all these kind of feelings and my circumstances and my life situation. And before I make a decision, what's gonna be that next step in my life, whenever it's gonna be radical or a little radical, I'm gonna sit with it for a few days. So I will just surrender to all my life circumstances, to all my fears and the problems and the issues and anxieties. And I will sit with it for a few days without knowing, okay, it is happening and I'm part of it. Now, a very magical thing will happen after you surrender to everything what is going on, after you accept everything that is going on, without the bitterness, without the, your need to fight it, without your need to, that I'm gonna be this, it's gonna be all good. Because at some point of our life, we really need to come, we come to that point when we hit the bottom and you just feel like, God, how many times I'm gonna crawl out of this hole. And so the few days with the surrender and the acceptance, sort of sit with it and put all the bitterness out, let out the anger out, let out all hate out, jealousy if there is any, or the kind of the greedy feeling, and whatever feeling that there is, acknowledge it all. It doesn't mean that you will suffocate in that feeling again or drown in it. It means that you will acknowledge it, that you are in a pain, that you are upset, that you hate this or that, and that there are just the things in your life that don't work. We are taught to not to acknowledge these feelings. That is not good to feel, to acknowledge that you may feel jealous of the others, or that you may feel hateful or resentful, or whatever it is that you are feeling. But it's very powerful feeling, and it's a very important feeling to sit down with it and let it out and acknowledge that you have that feeling. Because as soon as you acknowledge this feeling, you can let go of this feeling. You do not necessarily need to hold it within you anymore. And that goes with a part of the acceptance and surrender. And suddenly when you start feeling it, like, okay, I'm gonna go with it. Even if it's the worst case scenario, I will move with it. And I'll see what else gonna happen. If I'm gonna fall in that river for the little bit, go with the flow of my life, and it's gonna take me. Let's see what's gonna happen. I promise you the one thing's gonna happen. It's like you take the stick and you throw it into the raging river, because your life may feel like a raging river, and suddenly that stick is carried a few more feet, a few more meters away, and then you will realize that stick suddenly stop on the shore somewhere, on some shore that you would never expect that this stick will stop to. And so much on, and that may very well happen to you in your life, that suddenly you will be that stick that's going to be thrown into the raging water, and you accept all the raging energies and emotions, everything around you, and suddenly the life will offer you a safe shore, as something that you have not expected before. All this happen with surrendering and accepting. So again, it is not, I give up, I'm gonna catch a nap on my sofa, whatever, I don't care. It is a very deep, messy work and energy work to accept all your feelings, to accept what is it out there inside, to accept and surrender. So I do hope that this explanation will help you to look and observe your own feelings, and help you to go really deep inside and pull them out and to see what is happening, what's going on. And then will be time for the next step of building up your life after all this surrendering and acceptance. So thank you for watching. Love and light from my heart to yours.